Pharah and Mercy are Overwatch's most iconic duo that everyone knows. However, not everyone knows how to play the combo correctly. There's a lot more than pocketing your Pharah that you need to do in order to carry your team with the wings. Mercy is a hero that requires a lot of game sense and awareness to get GM, and this guide will tell you exactly what to do so you can be on your way. This is how to play Pharmercy. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shift and I'm a top 500 support streamer. Let me tell you my experience so you can skip the trial and error and immediately be in the right headspace. If you have any questions or comments, come by one of my Twitch streams at twitch.tv/HolyShiftKid, where you can watch me live and learn and hang in real time. Alright, so obviously your core principle on Mercy is to pocket your Pharah and keep her alive. However, there's a lot more than that. Let's take a step back to tell you the easiest settings for Mercy here. Doing the Pharmercy combo, GA prefers beam target is basically a must, as this will make it so your game sense and looking for your teammates is so easy. Also, you'll never have to look at your Pharah to fly to her, making it easier to GA when you don't know where she is. With that said, here are the things you need to also have in your head when playing Pharmercy. You need to have in your brain where my Pharah is in the sky, where is my other support, if they have High Noon or Tactical Visor, and or Widowmaker's positioning if she exists. These are the main things in order you need to have in your brain at all times in order to completely carry on Mercy, so let's break them down. When playing with a Pharah in the sky, do not forget Mercy is a hard cover hero and the enemy team should never be able to see you. This means that even though you are in the sky, you should be as close behind cover as you can so you can always be in a safer position. You still want to value your own life first after all. While flying around with Pharah, you need to know where she is so you can keep her alive. This can get really challenging as the fight is breaking out and you lose your Pharah. You have to keep an eye on her in the back of your mind so you can immediately go if you get separated. Secondly, even though you have a Pharah, you still have another support to peel for. The better the enemy team gets, the more ways there are to counter Pharah. Some people will just go dive heroes and dive your other support as you are in the sky pocketing Pharah. This is why you still have to be keeping an eye on your other support the entire game. What I like to do is use my GA prefers beam target setting to look at the ground the entire time as I can see Pharah's health on my screen, see where my other support is, but still fly to Pharah. Since you're looking at your other support for a large amount of time, you can see where people are going to start shooting them and you can go and assist. But don't forget the first tip, you have to know where your Pharah will go so you can go right back to the skies. Next, your biggest counter as the Mercy in the sky can be a good hit scan player. You have to be all tracking Cassidy's High Noon and Soldier's Visor so you can be playing hard cover when he ults. Don't fly directly in the open in the sky when you know they have the ult. Try to remain behind hard cover. You have 20 meters for that big blue beam girly. Lastly, Widowmaker one-shots. So when they have a good Widow on the enemy team, you basically have to play like they have High Noon the whole time. Positioning has to be prime and behind walls all the time. This makes one less target for Widow to shoot and more chances of your team winning the game. When I play Pharmercy, the ways to use Valk are a little different. My number one reason to Valk in this combo is really just when Pharah dies. You really don't need Valk as your primary target is Pharah and the positioning is generally pretty good. So when you and Pharah are in deep in the enemy territory and she goes down, I just Valk to keep myself alive and run back to my team. Generally a pretty safe and good thing to do, especially mid-fight if both teams are trading kills. Secondly, I'll use Valk for normal long-range healing. This is really for my second support only though. If I see people diving my other support, I will long range shield with Valk so I can keep them alive. Try to have your other support be Ana, Bap, or Moira so you don't heal tanks, because trying to keep Pharah and tanks alive is hard and sucks. Now that you know what to do, let me VOD review my own gameplay so we can see it in action. Right, what's up y'all? We're back with a little bit more VOD review. It's kind of hard for me to get Pharmercy gameplay because not many people have been playing it recently in top 500, so this is kind of the best I can do, but it definitely is going to give you some insight of how I'm playing Pharmercy and what we need to do in order to succeed. So getting started right off the bat here, we're pocketing Pharah, we're going to keep a nice position, so let's look at our team comp, we can really start like that. As our Pharah is going to be flying around, I'm going to be trying to stay behind cover as much as possible. I'm not going to be peeking angles if I don't have to. We know where Ana is, over there. And we're going to let Ana heal our tanks, our Ball, our Sigma, and most likely our Ashe too. We will have to go back and forth probably a little bit. Or mostly our big target here is our Pharah, pocketing her, while keeping an eye on our Ana. But remember, our number one priority is going to be ourselves as well. So I'm going to be playing on these rooftops, playing in more hardcover, bouncing from hardcover to hardcover. See how I bounce from that roof over to this roof? kind of like having the hardcover playstyle. I'm gonna be in the air as least as possible. Like we need to be close to walls and cover as this. I see our Pharah go in. I still am trying to be on the walls, trying to be a little bit further back than what she is. Here comes a Junkrat, which kind of scared me, but this is kind of where GA prefers beam target really can help, especially when you're trying to have hardcover and fly over roofs and stuff. Your beam can sometimes go through a wall, or Pharah goes through a wall, and you have to still fly to her. And having some sort of GA prefers beam target is gonna definitely make it a lot easier to play this map. Like it's so much easier. You kind of almost have to have it. Pharah gets instantly rolled there, so I immediately get out. I don't even try to go for a res. Not quite yet. I get to where Ashe, she comes with her, she comes and gets it. We take the space back, so I go for a little resurrection. Get to some safer ground too. Can't really get far off that again. Meanwhile, while I'm in the air the whole time, I know it doesn't really look like I'm doing it too much, but I'm keeping an eye. Every time I switch over here, I'm like, okay, where's my team? There's my Ashe over here. Anna's back there. If she's gonna need help, we're gonna have to go and get her. We're kind of close to Valk. Remember, I don't really use Valk for anything besides like long range healing on our other support or something. Or if Pharah dies or something like that. She dies, there's no chance of us rezzing. I kind of go back and... Wow, that flick. Did you just see that flick? Oh my god. I kind of go back and she dies and I just run back to our Ana. Wait, that flick though on the freaking damage boost flux? That's amazing. Don't forget you can damage boost flux. That flick and it got it too. Hey, that was clean. At this point, we're just gonna pocket Ashe now that our Pharah is dead. We're gonna keep the same rules though. We're gonna stay in the hardcover. This is the kind of thing that you have to keep going. Is like when you're playing with a Pharah, there's a lot more that you have to keep in mind than just pocketing Pharah. You have to know where your other support is. Like number one, your other support is gonna need some help. Our Pharah's back, so I go back in the sky with her. We're playing on the roofs and into the hardcover, because that's gonna help me out a lot and keep us alive. Let's see if they have any ults. They're coming up on Visor though, at 57% on Visor. But that's the really only ultimate that I'm really gonna have to watch out for, and maybe a Diva Bomb as well actually. If they just yeet the Diva Bomb in the air, that could suck. Which is why playing in hardcover is so important. See, I'm keeping my distance away from the Pharah into more safe cover. I'm kind of just trying to stay behind this. Here comes that Diva Bomb. That's why you play in the safe cover. Pharah's dead, I can go and Valk. Don't mess as well. And then we get to our other support. We can still keep an eye on Pharah. We're like, okay, our Ana's over there. She was getting damaged. Okay, she's good now. See, I'm still looking. The thing about damage boosting versus healing barrage, normally I'll damage boost for a second, but like, I'm gonna heal through most of it. Depends where they're looking. If it's like in a barrage where there's like a lot of people surrounding, like I'm probably gonna heal through most of it. But if they're like going for a flank barrage, like for the first second at least, like damage boost for at least the first second, so I guess that extra damage boost.
60 seconds remaining.
GA prefers beam target's just easier there. She's flying away, I can still fly. Right back into the hardcover. We're not gonna be up there with a Pharah. We're gonna be standing behind the wall. There goes a Diva. Onto the roof. Not gonna be out in the open. Onto the next roof. Not gonna be out in the open. Onto the wall. Not gonna be out in the open. Here comes Visor. We have to be careful about Visor. I'm playing a little bit more safe here for that Visor. I'm going, okay, they have Dr. Visor. They haven't used it in a little bit. I somehow didn't connect the beam.
30 seconds remaining.
Okay, see, we have to keep an eye on our Ana. Keeping an eye on your Ana is your number one. Or your other support. Usually you want to try to play Pharmercy with another main healer. With a main healer. So that you don't have to heal tanks, so you can really focus on pocketing Pharah. Pharah's going in again. A little bit of damage boost, then I kind of switched to healing, you know, because they're going to start taking damage. But I kind of just switched to healing when I need healing. Ah, my GA failed there. There goes the Visor. It's fine anyway. That's kind of the best I can get for right now. I really try to get more Pharah gameplay, but no one really plays Pharah, I feel like, a lot in top 500, especially right now. That's kind of how it works, y'all. You know, we're going to be pocketing our Pharah, keeping an eye on our Ana, watching out for their damage boost ultimates, and just playing overall, really having good positioning even though you're in the sky. I know people can't really aim in gold and stuff, but it's so much higher chance of you living if you are being in that hardcover, especially if you're not alt tracking and you're already in a good position and they advise you like, oh bitch, I'm already in a good position. It's be fine. But otherwise, that's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna pocket Pharah, keep your Ana alive, Valk, or long range healing on your Ana if they get dove, or if they take damage, or if your Pharah is just in the backline, in their backline, and you need to get away, you Valk and just get right away. That's kind of how we're playing Pharmercy. Go into your games, absolutely farm those kids. Pharmercy can be really good, but don't forget people can still shoot you in the sky, even with their gold. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Thanks for watching. See ya.